So in they come, but couldn't see us in the dark. Most trod on us whilst we was hustling to get under the bed. But we got under all right, and out through the hole, swift but soft. Jim first, me next, and Tom last, which was according to Tom's orders. Now we was in the lean-to and heard trampings close by outside. So we crept to the door, and Tom stopped us there and put his eye to the crack. Couldn't make out nothing, it was so dark, and whispered and said he would listen for the steps to get further, and when he nudged us, Jim must glide out first and him last. So he set his ear to the crack and listened, and listened, and listened, and the steps a scraping around out there all the time, and at last he nudged us and we slid out, and stooped down, not breathing, and not making the least noise, and slipped stealthy towards the fence and engine file, and got to it all right, and me and Jim over it. But Tom's britches catched fast on a splinter on the top rail, and then he hear the steps coming, so he had to pull loose, which snapped the splinter and made a noise, and as he dropped in our tracks and started...
Who's that? Answer or I'll shoot.
But we didn't answer. We just unfurled our heels and shoved. Then there was a rush, and the bullets fairly whizzed around us.
Here they are. They broke for the river. After them, boys. Turn loose the dog.
So here they come, full tilt. We could hear them because they wore boots and yelled, but we didn't wear no boots and didn't yell. We was in the path to the mill, and when they got pretty close on to us, we dodged into the bush and let them go by, and then dropped in behind them. They'd had all the dogs shut up, so they wouldn't scare off the robbers, but by this time somebody had let them loose, and here they come, making powwow enough for 1,000,000. But they was our dogs, so we stopped in our tracks till we catched up. And when they see it weren't nobody but us, and no excitement to offer them, they only just said howdy, and tore right ahead towards the shouting and clattering, and then we up steam again and whizzed along after them till we was nearly to the mill, and then struck up through the bush to where my canoe was tied, and hopped in and pulled for dear life towards the middle of the river. It didn't make no more noise than we was obliged to. Then we struck out, easy and comfortable, for the island where my raft was, and we could hear them yelling and barking at each other all up and down the bank, till we was so far away the sounds got dim and died out.
Now, old Jim, you're a free man again, and I bet you won't ever be a slave no more.
And a mighty good job it was, too, Huck. It is planned beautiful, and it was done beautiful, and they ain't nobody can get up a plan that's more mixed up and splendid than what that one was.
We was all glad as we could be, but Tom was the gladdest of all because he had a bullet in the calf of his leg. When me and Jim heard that, we didn't feel so brash as what we did before. It was hurting him considerable and bleeding.